So let's talk about the home selling process in super simple terms. Every week as a real estate agent, I meet with home sellers who need to know the process from A to Z from selling their home, and obviously in chronological order so they know which steps to take. A lot of people have a lot of different processes. This is what I have found to be the most simple, and from the consumer perspective, what do you need to know to get ready for? So the first thing that you want to do if you're getting ready to sell your home, obviously, is you want to meet with real estate agents to determine who can give you the most value when selling your home. Value to you is going to come around a few different questions: how quickly you want to sell, how much profit you want to make, and what you want the experience to be like. There's lots of different realtors out there. They offer very different experiences, but you want to interview some of the local realtors in your area and really make sure that you find one that matches your needs and interests. It's probably going to be the easiest part, but because once you have a good realtor in place, they should be able to walk you through a lot of the next steps, hopefully. Here's some of the questions you want to ask realtors that you might interview. A few of them is: tell me about your sales track record. What is your customer service like? Who am I dealing with when I'm working with you? Is it a team member? Is it an assistant? What's your plan to sell my home? What do you do differently from the other realtors? What would you recommend I do to get my home ready to get the highest profit? These are my goals. How can you help me achieve them? So really just kind of your basic questions and really getting an idea of what they're going to do to sell your home. So that's first thing, is finding a good realtor. Okay, the second thing you want to do is get a punch list of what is needed prior to selling your home. So here's what's happening in 2024. Home buyers are overvaluing homes and they're undervaluing homes that need a lot of work. So if you can get the home in reasonable enough condition, you want to make it look as nice as possible for the least amount of money spent as possible, you're going to get a higher profit, your home's going to sell quicker, and you're going to have more offers. So in case a buyer backs out, you're going to have additional buyers back, in line for when you do, in case a buyer backs out. Here's what you want to think about is if you're planning on needing to close escrow and be moved out by July, you want to probably start meeting with realtors about 2 to 3 months prior to that. Because there's no telling, number one, what you're going to need to do to the home, and number two, what you are going to, how long it's going to take, and are the contractors booked up, or do you need to schedule them in advance? So you want to start getting going and give yourself some time a few months in advance. So if I want to close escrow by the end of March, I'm going to be meeting with realtors in the beginning of January. Some of the typical things that you'll do when getting your home ready for sale: number one is decluttering. This is the most important thing. When your realtor comes to take professional photos, you want every single thing off the countertops and off the walls. I'm talking about real deep personalization. Now, obviously, I love, photos in my house. I love photos of my wife and I. It gives me a warm feeling. But when I'm going to sell my home, I'm not trying to distract the buyers with photos of me. I'm trying to get them to picture their stuff on the walls and get them to picture themselves moving in. That's why when you go into a new construction community and you look at their homes, there's no photos on the walls. It's typically staged and it's very pristine because they're trying to get you to imagine yourself living in that home. So that's the biggest thing, is decluttering. Wanting to make sure everything is off the countertops. If the photographer shows up at your home, in your kitchen, every single item should be taken off the kitchen countertop. Keurig, toaster, knife set, everything should be off because you want those photos to really pop. Second thing that's going to really make a big difference when getting your home ready for sale is touch-up paint or repainting the interior. That's going to be something that is just going to give a clean slate, and you're going to want to go with neutral colors. You don't want to go with colors like yellow or green or red or blue. You're going to want to go as neutral as possible with either a white or a light gray. You don't want to go too dark with gray. That is out right now, and I don't know when it's coming back. So decluttering, painting the home, it's worth it, because if you spend a little bit of money, you're going to get buyers drooling over your home. You're going to get multiple offers. That's going to make you more money. One of the third things you're going to want to do is you want to take a look at your flooring. And your flooring is really, if you have multiple different floorings throughout the house, you should consider replacing it with a laminate or a vinyl throughout the whole home. One of the things that could be a challenge there is stairs are very expensive. I might go with carpet on the stairs. Or if there's spots of the carpet that need to be replaced, you might just want to replace those spots. But typically when you do laminate or vinyl, it's going to look so much nicer. It's going to look like a model home, and you can typically get, an additional If you spend 10,000, you might be able to get 15,000 more for the home. So usually you get your money back for it. We talked about finding a realtor. We talked about kind of getting it, market ready, kind of decluttering it. One of the third things you're going to want to do is discuss your showing schedule with your realtor. Now, this is what I have found to be so good for my clients and myself and the buyers. Everybody seems to love this. So on Monday, we do professional cleaning of the home. And we do the photos in the afternoon, so we get professional photos. Usually the photos come back by Wednesday. We put the home on the MLS, and we start showings on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now, if you priced the home well, by the end of Sunday, potentially Monday as well, you will typically have a few offers to pick through. So allowing as many showings as you can through the weekend, be as flexible as possible. If I was selling my own home, personally, I would probably just leave at like 10 a.m. in the morning and not come back till 6 p.m. on Saturday, Sunday, because I want to get as many buyers through that home as possible, because I know that if I get, the more offers I get, the more money I'm getting for the home. That is just plain and simple. The more demand, the less supply, the higher you're going to get. So I want to create a lot of demand for the property. So discuss your showing schedule with your realtor. Obviously work around showings with your pets and your family and all of that. Your home does not have to be in perfect condition, but you do want to clean it up prior to the showings. So what I recommend is having, maybe the kitchen clean and the bathrooms clean, and making sure you pick up any clothes, making sure you make the beds, making sure the curtains are open so there's a lot of natural light. These are the things that you're going to want to do to make the home show as best as possible. One of the fourth things you're going to do, now we're kind of talking a little bit more about the escrow process. So once you go through that of showings and you get some offers on the home, you're going to want to pick a winning offer that's going to stick in the escrow process. So here's what I look for in winning offers. I look at the price, I look at the contingencies, and I look at their financing. So price, obviously we want the highest price, but highest price isn't always the best offer. Sometimes people will come in gung-ho and they'll offer multiple prices on multiple different homes. And so if I ask their realtor, hey, do you have any other offers out on other homes? They'll say, oh yeah, yours is just one of three. Well, that highest price might not be their favorite home, so they might back out the minute we accept. We actually see that happen a lot in a high interest rate market like we're dealing with now. Second thing I look at is contingencies. Standard California purchase agreement gives you about 17 days to do your inspections, get your loan done, do your appraisal. As a listing agent, I try to shorten all of those. I try to give them only about 12 days to get a loan, because that's really all you need. The contract gives you 17, but you do not need 17 days or that lender is crap. You typically need about 10 days for an appraisal, and you typically need about 8 days for their investigation period. So I will counter the buyer's offers and shorten those contingencies, or I'll encourage them up front, hey, put short contingencies in your offers, because I'm working with the sellers and I'm trying to get sellers favorable terms. And I also take a look at their motivation. Where are they moving from? Why are they moving? Have they backed out of any other escrows before? Are they picky buyers? Are they going to ask for lots of repairs? So you want your realtor to do a lot of due diligence and make sure not only is this a good offer, but are these people going to stick with the home? Because one of the things that happens is if they don't stick with the home and they back out, now you have to go back on the market, and now people are asking, what's wrong with this home? It's really not a good look for your home. It creates negative perception from the buyers. So that's typically the process of getting a home ready for sale, kind of getting into escrow, and finding a buyer for it. I think the key thing, the hardest part for everyone is really the decluttering and doing the work. And that's why it's really important for you. One of the ways that I've tried to differentiate myself as a realtor is I have all the vendors, I have the plan, I've got the people, I know how to manage it, I know how to oversee it. And a lot of realtors do, but a lot of realtors don't. Most realtors will just they'll do the 3 Ps. Put a sign in the yard, put it on the market, and pray to God that it sells. And that is the very bare minimum. And those realtors, in my opinion, if they don't have like a plan to help you and they're not actually pulling their weight, you should just ask them to do it for free. That is not worth anything, just to put it on the market. So what I would really recommend is partnering with an agent who knows how to make your home look really nice prior to putting it on the market, because that realtor is an investment. They're going to get you more money than you could have gotten on your own, and they're going to take away the stress of managing the process, because I can tell you something, Every single time you have to deal with a contractor, there are problems. Every single time. There's problems, there's stress, there's misquotes, and you need a good realtor who has relationships with people that gives them repeat business so they'll honor your home and take good care of it to get it ready for the market. So hopefully these were some helpful tips, and hopefully this was kind of a simplified explanation. If you have had any other tips for getting a home ready for sale or any other questions you want to comment below, please feel free to comment below. And thank you guys so much for watching.